Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Spiritual Transformer. My name is Randy Koo, and I will be your host for today. Today I want to talk about brainwashing. Okay, not really brainwashing. That's clickbaity, but I might use that in a thumbnail anyway. But it's more like not brainwashing, it's more like conditioning or things that we've learned, the things that we've been told over and over again is real, and it condition ourselves to think a certain way. And today I might want to do a series of this actually, a number of beliefs that we've been conditioned to believe. And today I want to start with the idea of evolution, specifically, well, Darwin's theory of evolution. So recently I read a book, and the book has a very fascinating insight. Maybe I'll make a video on that book eventually, but the book is not about this, not really about evolution per se, but it did mention that our skulls, like the human skulls, have been shrinking for, I don't know, past 10,000 years or so. Yeah, about 10,000 years or so. And this kind of contradicts the idea of evolution, specifically our conditioned idea of evolution, where humans are always growing. We're growing on a linear path, like we're getting smarter every generation, we're getting more innovative every generation, we're getting better in every generation. And we believe that the skull and inside is our brain, if we believe that the brain is the seat of our intelligence, then evolution says that, we're growing, getting smarter, getting stronger all the time because of natural selection. But what I read kind of contradicts that, because it's saying our skulls are shrinking, and if we believe the brain inside our skull is the seat of our intelligence, and that means if our skull's shrinking, our brain is shrinking, and we're getting stupider. We've actually been getting dumber these past 10,000 years. So I kind of want to pause here and say that I'm not going into conspiracy theory territory here. Quite the opposite. It's not the idea that the human skull has been shrinking isn't common knowledge. It really isn't taught in schools, at least not when I was in school. But it's not hidden either. So I'm not even talking about a conspiracy. It's just things that we've learned, things that if we're not scientists, we might not even know about, or biologists, and we might not even know about. It's just conditioning from our schools, from our society, from our parents, our friends, just common sense sort of thinking, but not a conspiracy. And I guess maybe I should just show that to you for a little bit. Okay, so here we have a very simple web search. So I use DuckDuckGo, and my question is really simple. Are human skulls getting smaller? And even the AI assistant says that yes, human skulls have been getting smaller. And here it is, the mystery over why human brains have shrunk over time. This one is from BBC. Here's another one. Brain has been getting smaller since the Stone Age. This one from Discover magazine. And if we scroll down, it's kind of common. I mean, our brains have gotten smaller over 1,000 years, right? So, again, it's not a conspiracy theory I'm talking about. If someone would have told you, your friends would have told you that our brains have been shrinking, well, you could just search it. Just Google it, and it's right here. Nobody's hiding anything. Nobody is telling you otherwise. It's just some things that most people just don't know, and that's what I'm talking about. This is the conditioning I'm talking about. Somebody has to snap their fingers and show you, hey, this is what's really happening. You go, oh my God, this is true, and you kind of your thought patterns just kind of change. So what am I getting at here? What does this have to do with anything? So our brain is shrinking. So what? I we all know that social media and TikTok has an effect of making people maybe making people stupider. At least that's what another common consensus may be, right? But in this channel, we're trying to break out of that. So I'm gonna try to inspire folks a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to try to bring it all together. So before I was talking about the theory of evolution, right? How, we're all getting smarter, we're all getting more intelligent, more innovative. Well, shrinking skulls go against that, right? So what does that mean? That means Darwin's theory of evolution could kind of be wrong, right? We're not linearly growing. We're actually getting stupider because our brain size is shrinking. That means Darwin's theory of evolution might not be as correct. And there's something else. Darwin's theory of evolution has a very strong competitive component. So I think we all heard this before, right? Survival of the fittest, right? Always. Competition is good. Survival of the fittest. If you're strong, you get to live. If you're weak, you get to die. Well, doesn't this whole shrinking skull thing kind of throw the belief into, well, not the garbage, but it gums things up, Like, we're not, just because we're competing doesn't mean we're getting smarter. I mean, if our skulls are shrinking, we're actually getting dumber, no matter how much we're competing. It's not just some people's brains are shrinking. Everybody's skulls are getting smaller. You see what I mean? So we've been led to believe that if we want to evolve, we have to compete and we have to win and we have to survive. Well, that's not necessarily true anymore. And that kind of got me thinking, I'm not entirely sure if competition is a good thing anymore. Now, when I say competition, I don't mean like sports, right? I don't mean like corporations competing with each other to throw out a better product. I'm not talking about that. Those things are actually still good. I mean, when you watch sports, you do want to see a nice game. And, I'm big on video games. And I think if Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft, any one of them gains a monopoly, oh man, gaming is going to suffer because you need that competition. You need that drive to make better and better games and better consoles and PCs, and things are going to stagnate without competition. But what I don't believe in is dog eat dog, crazy competition where anything goes so long as you defeat your opponent. I don't believe that winner take all kind of competition is valid anymore. I mean, if everybody's getting dumber and the theory of evolution doesn't hold, we're not getting better because of survival competition, then what the heck? Like, if you're going to justify an action saying, oh, I'm stronger than everybody else, so I can just, if I win, then I deserve it, no matter how many people I crush under my heel, I deserve to win, I deserve all the money, I deserve, all the best, and then that doesn't matter who I crush because it's the theory of evolution. That's what Darwin says, survival of the fittest. If that's not true, and I believe that's not true, then it throws the whole, survival competition out of the water. If we're all getting dumber, then what does that leave the winners? Like, the winners aren't any better off. Like, for the species, winner take all isn't better off. It just might be worse off. I mean, if Darwin's theory of evolution is kind of wrong, then the way for the species as a human species to survive isn't to outcompete each other. It most likely is the opposite. I mean, I think the way for humans to survive is to cooperate with one another. Now, again, I'm not saying that competition is bad. Some competition are good, and they elevate humanity. But I think for the most part, the dog eat dog has to go. Cooperation has to be the way forward, especially if we're all getting dumber and dumber by the generation. We have to help each other out, or the whole species is just gonna die. Now, it's not all doom and gloom, okay? I didn't leave. I left out a big part. Humanity's skulls have been getting smaller for the past, say, 10,000 years, but they will get bigger again. I might go into that in another video, but it's a cycle. Sorry, it's a spiral. We're going a spiral. Our brains will get smaller, then bigger, then smaller, and bigger again in a spiral shape. So don't panic. Humanity's not going to die out or anything. I just want to point out how ill-conceived the whole idea of survival of the fittest is. If for the past 10,000 years, no matter how many people survive, our skulls are still getting smaller, then I don't think this dog-eat-dog competition holds water anymore. And that is the belief I'm trying to dispel today. Dog-eat-dog, gone. Cooperation is in. That has to be. Because I don't see humanity pulling out of our current world situation unless we start cooperating more. And I don't think I need to go into too many details. You just gotta look around you and see that, there's a little too much competition, too little cooperation here. So that's pretty much the end of my video. Just want to point out that evolution isn't what we've been conditioned to believe. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Randy Koo. You've been watching The Spiritual Transformer. And hey, if you like what I just said, please drop a like, give me a subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you very much. I will see you next time. Bye.